I
All right,
quit
cool.
December 6th of last year, gave a 2 month notice. February 1st of this year, I went into, that was my last day, handed over my laptop and went into full time entrepreneurship.
Good. This is exciting, man. So you've been a full time entrepreneur for 10 months. How much money have you made in 10 months?
$1,000?
Total.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, are you married?
No.
You live
No
with your parents?
kids. I moved back home. I sold my
Okay.
house last year. I had a
Okay, gotcha.
house and
I was trying to figure out how you survive.
yes,
Okay.
I had
Now I will never be your hater, I'm your biggest fan. I hope it falls into place just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving, man. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you see the clip. Google the book first so you can find it on Amazon. Listen, this is what we have to talk about selling entrepreneurship or scamming entrepreneurship in the sense of y'all not telling people the whole story. You get what I'm saying? Nothing against the woman and the brother, in the video, nothing against neither one of them. But I'm glad they put this out because what people are doing is thinking, okay, I'm gonna quit my job, and I'm gonna go be an entrepreneur. I can work for myself, and I can make my own money and moves, and nothing is wrong with that whatsoever. But I think some of y'all have this idea that you can be an entrepreneur and somebody else who is working for a company or working a job is going to foot the bill or has to foot the bill for you to get off your feet. You know what I'm saying? Because I've known too many people, and I've been one of those people where you've been around, you've known or been with somebody who is an entrepreneur, wants to be an entrepreneur, and but at the same time, you know, if they become successful, they didn't become successful without you. I've known people, look, I'm not going to work no more. Cool. Okay. Well, you don't go to work. I'll do this. And they go do their entrepreneurial thing. And if it doesn't work, because more times than not, it doesn't work than it does. So y'all don't know how many people out here work entrepreneurs who wind up getting back into the workforce. And at the same time, they wind up wasting somebody else's money and time. In a sense of, I'm not saying I'm not saying it because it wasn't successful. I'm saying it because they'll never get that time and energy back. They could have invested that time and energy on themselves. And normally those people don't go, you know what? You took 6 months out of your life, a year out of your life, 2, 3, 4, 5 years out of your life to help me become an entrepreneur, and it didn't work. And he goes like, oh well, let's just move on from here. It's like, because like when a woman said, she had to move back in with her parents. So now her parents have got to deal with the ups and downs of her being an entrepreneur. You get what I'm saying? That's not right. That's not. The thing to do is if you want to be an entrepreneur, fine. But you got to turn, what happened to just doing your job and then having a side hustle that becomes a side business, that becomes a business. Like this idea that I'm going to just, you know, wake up one day and say I'm not doing nothing but my business and I'm just going to hit the workforce. Everybody isn't built for that. And I think the vast majority of people who want to be entrepreneurs aren't built for the concept or idea or impractical application working for yourself, where it's got to go through you. You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of people are really set up and built for that because now you're going to have to work harder as an entrepreneur than you ever did on your job. And the problem that I've said before is a lot of people are lazy on their jobs and they're lazy in their own lives, and then they want to be entrepreneurs, and it's too much work. Now, there are some people who are that's their makeup. They would rather make $40,000 on their own than make $80,000 working for a company. And that makes sense because if you can make $40,000 on your own, you can grow the 40 into 80 and grow the 80 into 100. If you as you scale up. But some of y'all ain't willing to, shout out to her to downgrade her life. She's a real one in the sense of she took the chance to say, look, I'm gonna downgrade my life. I got to give up my house, this, that, and the third. I think one of the issues become just because you give up stuff, it doesn't mean it's a good decision. You know what I'm saying? I've known people who took, I'm gonna take a step back to take a few steps forward, and truth be told, more times than not, they just still a step behind. They didn't really get the steps forward. It they don't the pressure isn't on them as much. Like there are entrepreneurs out here that they're trying to keep the lights on. They're trying to, you know, eat every now and then. They're trying their best. They're struggling and surviving while they're being an entrepreneur. There is no support system, no help that's just hanging over their head like we got you. They're just really getting it. So when it comes to stuff like this, I think people need to see it more often that hey, you know, being an entrepreneur ain't easy. And if you're one of those people who want to be an entrepreneur and somebody else has to foot the bill for day-to-day life, being an entrepreneur ain't easy on the people that you need to support you while you're going through the path to be an entrepreneur. You really hitting them up because now they're doing, double and triple what they were doing before. Um, it's no, I'm gonna try to say it in a nice adult way. The issue becomes you have a lot of people who are quote unquote successful entrepreneurs telling you and selling you the fantasy of entrepreneurship, but when you fall on your face, they're nowhere around and they're not going to be around. And to be perfectly honest, just in my opinion, some of them just hoping you fall on your face because it's less competition in the market for them. And at the same time, you might be broken, so you might wind up needing them and needing whatever they're selling because you fell on your face, you know. But that could just be that could be my cynical opinion. But you tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna tell you that.